What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Horror Hangout. Thank you for joining me today. Yeah, I got a movie review for you that I wasn't planning on doing this, but I can't get it out of my head, so I'm gonna. This video is brought to you by Knife Crime Apparel. Bam! My apparel company. If you want a shirt, a hoodie, a tote bag, gym shorts, whatever you want to support the channel, and you want something tangible for your money, let me know. My information's in the description. You can go follow me on Instagram, hit me up there, and we'll get you set up. Alright, that out of the way. Oh, also, please, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my Patreon if you want to. I have exclusive Patreon content, and I'm fixing to have an exclusive Patreon Discord as well. Okay, so, we're going to talk about a movie called TITANE. I think that's how you say it. I'm not going to try to tell you the director's name because I can't pronounce it. She's French. I think it's a she. Yeah, excuse me. But it's the director of the movie Raw. Now, that movie, I really enjoyed. So I was excited to go see this movie. I saw the trailer and I thought this looks absolutely insane, but it didn't really tell you much about it. So, yeah, so I went and saw it on Friday. I've let it simmer for a couple days and I just simply can't quit thinking about it. It seems to be a pretty divisive movie. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you what. Alright, I'm going to read you the synopsis real quick and then we'll talk a little bit about it. I will try my best to not spoil anything because regardless of what I think about this movie, if that doesn't give you any idea what we're fixing to talk about, I would like you to see it spoiler free if that's what you want to do. It seems like it's getting a 50-50 split on Google users as well. It says, TITANE is a 2021 body horror written and directed by, and then it says the lady's name. Again, I cannot pronounce it. The film stars Agatha Roussel as Alexia, a woman who, after being injured in a car accident as a child, has a titanium plate fitted into her head. That's all it tells you, right? So I guess they're trying to keep this one under wraps. It is a body horror movie, I think. It is definitely a horror movie. How do I do this? Okay, so first and foremost, this is not to try to throw shade on Miss Roussel, who plays the lead role in this movie. I'm assuming that they really took their time to make her unattractive. Yeah, okay, this has to be some prosthetics on her nose. I don't know, man, I can't tell. But the makeup artist did a great job with her, okay? So there's a lot to like about this movie. I'll get to that after this. I want to get the negative stuff out of the way first. This movie is pretentious garbage. It doesn't make any sense. They don't explain anything in the movie. I understand. It's left up for your interpretation. Like, okay, that's cool. But when you give us a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense and then we have to interpret that, that's hard, man. And I'm not above that or anything. I don't mind a challenge, but good grief, dude. The movie starts here and it ends over here, but you have no idea why it goes there, and they don't ever explain any of the stuff that you like. I don't know, man. This movie's infuriating. I hated it. I couldn't tell what I thought about it at first. It's taken me a couple of days to figure out how much I didn't like this movie, and I have a feeling that I can't imagine that my buds that do Shopcast with me are gonna like this movie, but who knows, man. Josh, I'm a little harder to peg on what he's gonna actually dig, but man, I just won't understand why they like it if they do. So I'm kind of excited to hear from them about it. Yeah, man. Alright, I guess I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the movie. I don't want to... Okay, look. The character is unlikable. Like, to a degree that's rare, in my opinion, alright? There's nothing about her that I like. I from the get-go, I just couldn't stand the character. In a couple minutes, I'm going to talk spoilers, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going to get to that point first, and then I'll let you guys that don't want to hear spoilers jump out of here. Sorry, this is a crazy video because this is an emotional reaction to this movie, which is good. That doesn't mean you shouldn't see it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't see it. Because I'm getting this kind of up, riled up over it. Maybe you should go see it. And I would never tell somebody to not support a director or something like that, unless you're making films like *Malignant*. And then James Wan, shame on you, sir. I'm sorry, this is going to be a running joke for the next 12 months, probably. It's also a thing that with James Wan, because he also did Aquaman, which I hated, and we did that for like about a year, and it's whatever. I'm just kidding, man. James Wan's awesome. Yeah, dude, like, there's some good stuff, man. The cinematography's awesome, the music's awesome, the acting is pretty good. the violence in this movie, I don't know how to feel about it, because it is brutal. At one point I was at Alamo Draft House, so I was eating a burger, and I literally got about a third of it done, and I couldn't eat anymore because of what was going on in this movie. So while the acting is good, the violence is really good and well done, the cinematography is nice, the music's nice, but the story sucks, and it leaves a lot out, and it's pretentious as all hell. Those outweigh the positives for me. You may end up digging it. I'm actually kind of curious to see what other people think about it. As far as a grade on this movie, on a scale of 1 to 10 like I normally do, I'm going to give it a 2. This is about as bad as it gets. This movie really sucked. This was as bad. No, you know what? I'm going to give it a 3 because Malignant got a 2, and I really truly disliked that movie. And this one, at least this one, I expected what I got. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be like this, because Raw is also... Oh, also it's French, so it's got subtitles, so there's some stuff you might not want to sit through. But if you liked Raw, I'd say give it a shot and see what you think, because... dude, look, I like slasher movies and like just B-horror garbage stuff, and that's what I really enjoy. So this movie just wasn't made for me, I guess, and I really wasn't expecting it to be this art house. I really wasn't. I was thinking it was going to have like a... It felt to me by the trailer that it was going to be kind of a film noir with horror elements. But the fact that it's a body horror movie, I was caught off guard by that. But whatever. Alright, so look. That's my thoughts on the movie. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the film. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, stop now. Head on out. Hopefully you'll come back next time. Look, again, I beg you to understand, I don't want you to not see this movie based on my opinion. This is just my review of the movie. If you think you agree with me on 99% of things, maybe you don't want to watch it. But people that are just checking my review out to see what I think about it, go watch it. See what you think about it. Alright, so real quick, this is what happens in the movie, and I'll explain why I don't like the movie with this. So basically, the movie starts out with a young girl in the car, right? Like it says in the synopsis, right? And she's just the most awful kid, dude. She's singing really loud, is clearly driving her dad nuts. He's turning the volume of the radio up, she won't shut up. He finally tells her to be quiet, so she starts kicking the back of his seat. And she's just like giving him this look, like this, like, you know, what's the kid from The Omen? That kind of look, like a... we need to talk about Kevin type of feel. That's the kind of kid this person is, right? And she unbuckles her seatbelt once he's getting mad at her for kicking the seat. So she unbuckles her seatbelt, starts climbing around the back seat, and he goes, "Don't do that!" And as he turns around, this is at the very beginning of the movie. He turns around, something happens, he gets in a car wreck, and she slams her head on the window, and all you see is the car hit the median, and then there's a big blood splatter, right? And so you're like, oh, okay, that's how she gets, because in the trailer you see the scar on her head, and so that's how she gets the plate in her head. That plate scene of them doing all that, gnarly, dude. This is a violent movie. She goes, at this point it fast forwards to like where she's an adult. She's a dancer at like some kind of car show, like some kind of lowrider show, right? And she's just this mean, ugly girl. Ugly on the inside, by the way, not on the outside. I don't care what she looks like physically, although I thought more. You know what, though? I think if she would have been a nicer person, I probably would have found her more attractive. I think personality plays a lot in how you're attracted to somebody physically. But she was such a piece of garbage that I just thought, oh, what an ugly person all around. But this actor, I don't mean to trash her, dude. That's not what I'm trying to do here. She did a fantastic job in the movie, by the way. So basically what happens is she's just mean, and she has this thing where she likes to hurt people, and she runs into this girl, and she ends up hurting this girl, and then she runs into this guy, and she ends up hurting this guy, and like it's just like intentional. It's just mean. And then when a fan comes up to her and wants an autograph, she ends up stabbing him in the ear, right, and killing him. I'm trying to be a little bit vague so I don't ruin the movie, because I want you to understand, like, this is violent and it's graphic. She ends up killing like 4 other people, all right, in grotesque fashion. So she's running away from the crimes, and she's like cutting her hair and dyeing her hair and trying to get to look different, right? She's at a train station, and she sees this like wanted poster with her face on it. So she goes and cuts her hair, dyes it all, tries to get herself looking different, and then she sees a picture of a boy who's missing that's like her age, but he looks very similar to her. So she breaks her nose and like puts on a hat and shaves her head, and then the guy shows up who is the main male lead in the movie, and he says that that's his son. And so then he ends up taking her home. She's pregnant somehow. It doesn't explain that. He's a fire chief, so she becomes his son at the firehouse that doesn't talk. Everybody just accepts it. I I don't know, man. He ends up ultimately figuring out that she's not his son, and he tells her, I don't care who you are, just be good to me. And dude, I don't know, man. This movie is so bad. And then she ends up having, like, she ends up bleeding from her from her vagina. Okay, she ends up bleeding, and she's like, oh, she's pregnant. All right, it's like black tar oil looking stuff, and then she's like secreting it through her nipples, and it's just this gross looking shit. Whatever, I don't mind the gross stuff, but it doesn't explain any of it. Like, none of it makes any sense. And then she goes, and at the very end of the movie, she has this baby in that guy's house, and it's got like this titanium freaking spinal cord attached to its back, and it doesn't make, and then it just like ends, and apparently she dies, and I don't know, man, it doesn't make any sense. But I saw somebody that was saying that this is either the meanest movie they've ever seen or the sweetest movie they've ever seen, and that made a lot of sense to me, because she's a mean character throughout the entire movie, and she's just dislikable, man. You can't like this person. But the guy, he knows it's not who he thinks it is, but he embraces her and lets her into his home anyways. So I kind of get that, but I can tell you, I saw people saying this was magnificent. It was a masterpiece. It was perfect. It was brilliant. I disagree with all of that wholeheartedly. I think this movie sucks. I want to know what you think, though, because look, I am almost certainly going to watch this movie again. I'll probably end up watching *Malignant* again, too. Any movie that makes me feel this strongly about it, there might be a reason why. I might change my mind, and I'm okay with that. I'm entitled to the ability to change my mind. I can change my mind. It's okay. Some people just can't get over that stuff, and they're like, you didn't like it 6 months ago. Why do you like it now? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Taste changed. I didn't like carrots when I was a kid, and I do now. Is that not okay? So I'll probably revisit it at some point, but my initial reaction to this movie was just... I mean, everybody in the theater that I was at was just like, yeah, I guess. I mean, the first thing I said when I stood up to the guy next to me, I was like, well, that was French. And he started cracking up, and I was like, man, I was just kind of kidding, but I think that's, yeah, dude. Look, I will, again, just like I said with James Wan, I'll support this director, man. Raw was a fantastic movie, and I think maybe this one needs to marinate in my brain a little bit more, but maybe I need to watch it again, because I was very alert and awake. I thought with it being in French with subtitles, I might fall asleep in the theater, and I didn't at all. I was very much engaged in the movie. It's just, there's a lot that they don't explain, and that's stuff I don't like. I don't need over explanation, but I need some explanation. And when they don't tie up any loose ends, that's where I get frustrated. So anyways, look, I'm gonna quit complaining about the movie. I didn't like it on first go round. That's where I stand right now. I would love to know what you think about it. And if you disagree with me, look, we can talk about it like adults, please. Whatever. You can say whatever you want to me. I don't care. But if you act like a dick, I'm not going to respond to you. Which is why I said that, because I would like to have a conversation. But whatever. It is what it is, man. And if you did watch it, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't want anybody to waste their time. So, yeah, TITANE, man. Wild French. I thought it was like a French extreme type film. I think I stand behind that. It's weird, man. I don't know, dude. I think I'm gonna watch it again. I'm sitting here talking myself into liking it better. What? Oh, I don't know, dude. I truly don't. I think I hate it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just, it's so, doesn't make sense. It's so weird. You know what? If somebody can explain it to me, maybe I'll like it better. That's the part that I feel stupid watching this movie. Hey, look, I love you guys. Thank you for jumping in. I was gonna say jumping in. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you stop back by again when I have another video drop, because I'm gonna do a bunch of them this month in October. It's my favorite month of the year, as I'm sure it is yours as well. But yeah, we're gonna officially change the channel to Horror Hangout. So thank you so much for all the support, everybody. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, be kind to everyone else, and go support indie horror. All right, peace.